Alright, so this is Perry Peacock here today with Wilderness Innovation, and showing you a little bit of another series of setups for our tarps, our PST series square tarps. And this is actually using the smallest one, the regular size, the PST, and it's 10 feet from corner to corner, 7 feet across each straight edge. But one of the nice things is this small size of tarp. This can give you quite a bit of shelter when you set it up in the diamond configuration, because you're taking advantage of 10 feet corner to corner. So this right here is not really considered what I would call a diamond pitch or diagonal pitch of tarp, because no corner of this is actually staked to the ground. Normally in a diamond pitch, on the far end you're staking that right into the ground, and these two corners here you're staking to the ground. But that one is suspended off the ground. Of course that one's up. These are up off the ground using the shock cord that comes with each tarp. Well, each tent stake has a shock cord built into it. So you see the corners here are the stakes driven in the ground, and we're not going with the stake through the tie-out point. We're using the shock cord, so that gives us a nice way to keep the tarp in tension in a windy situation. So what we have in here is a nice little shelter for one person, and this would work fine in keeping the dew off of you, the wind off of you. If you want it for shade, if you're in a sunnier spot, or a light rain, something like that would work very well with this setup right here. And it gives you a little bit more headroom. And the top, since it's a canopy, the whole top is floating, so that works very well with the windy conditions that we have here. Off and on we get some pretty windy stuff. Well, this whole thing can just kind of float in the wind. We're not anchored down solidly anywhere. And so this works really nice. Now let me show you some ways you can modify this particular setup. Not only do the tent stakes come with shock cord automatically, that's a standard deal when you buy a tarp from us. You get 6 tent stakes. You get all the tent stakes have a shock cord inside of them, like this. But you also get a set of 3 assorted length shock cords. So you see, here's the shock cord that comes with each tent stake. It's tied in a knot right here, and it goes through a hole that's in the tent stake. So now what I can do is I can take one of these longer shock cords here that come with the tarp, and I can this is the shortest length of what comes with the tarp, so I can substitute that one out, so I can have more distance between my tab and my tent stake. So here's the bundle of shock cord you get when you get a tarp from us. So you get 3 sizes of shock cord. See, that one right there is pretty long. Then you got a medium, short side, a medium size. Well, I'm going to use those to stake this thing out, because I raised it up, but I still want to have an elastic kind of situation. So now, even though I'm higher, well, I don't need quite that long one. And I can adjust with this cord lock that's on here. I can actually shorten that up and tighten it just by adjusting where that cord lock sits right here. I can go with the one that's next shorter right here, but that's still quite a bit longer than the one that it comes with. in the tent stake. And on the other side, we'll use the longest one and show what we can do with that. So I'm going to just put that right in here, wherever it'll go. There we go. And when I pull tension on that side, that'll kind of pull this back. Alright, so as you can see, now I'm really flying this, tarp a lot higher than I was before. Now I'm going to put this really long, the longest one that comes with the set, in here, and I'll show you something else you can do with that. Now there's two ways that you can hook this. So you can just take and hook the loop there to the stake. Now I've got four shock cords in here that I'm pulling with. So if I do that, I can really pull some nice tension on here because I got 4 pieces of cord. But if I put the stake right through the middle and let the cord draw all the way up, I've got 2 cords in here, but I've got a lot more distance. So I can come clear out here like this. And now I'm flying it up here. And that also enables me to take this tent stake bag that comes with each tarp. Got a Velcro on the top. I can stick that to the Velcro inside of here. And now that'll just stay right there. So now I just gave myself an uplift on this thing, and so now I've got a lot more overhead protection. I put this stick in here. I put this stick in here without even adjusting any kind of cord. You know, if I take this stick out of there, it comes back down. We still have our regular tension. We're still flying this thing just like that. I take the stick and put it back into there. There we go. Now I'm flying a little higher out here. It gives me a little bit more headroom in here. And this can be done with any of the sizes of our tarps. It all works the same. I'm just showing you on the PST. And so there's a lot of different ways we can actually run this thing. Let me show you one more way here. Right here, I'm flying the canopy high, but I'm still tilting it. You know, obviously, you know, a little more than 6 feet on this end and down a couple feet high on that end. And I've got a big area here that's covered, so I could use it as shade or a light rain or whatever. That'll work really nicely for me. I've even used this particular setup in the snow and cooked a little light meal under here. In this type of setup here, I've even used one of the little twig stoves. We used to make a little twig stove, and but any little stove like that or a gas stove or whatever, you can sit down in here, you can cook. Even if you got a little snowfall coming down, this will keep all that off of you. But the nice thing is I can still see everything out there around me, which is why I like tarps, because I like to still be sheltered, but I like to still be able to see what's going on around me. This works really nice like this. Now, as we kind of took you through the steps, like if something came up, in just literally a few minutes, I can change this into a different shelter. I can pull this stick out, I can stake this corner down, I can pull that one over there out, stake it down. Then I've got an A-frame shape like this, 10 feet end to end this way, and I can be 6 or 7 feet going out that way, and I can close this thing in a great deal in just a matter of a moment. And if I need to close it in even more than that, I can drop that corner there down or that corner there down, tilt this thing either this way or this way, and like you saw at the beginning, and then I can have basically 3 walls and a roof over me looking at one direction. Well, this little setup right here, very, very flexible. There's probably a dozen or so different setups you could do just with this canopy right here. In fact, I'm going to show you a little bonus here. I'm going to show you one more you can do right now. So if I take this out of here, I'm going to have to do a little something with this. What I'm going to do here, this is a knot I'm going to show you coming up. So I can take this tent stake bag here, I can stick it over the end of this pole, cinch that thing down there. Now watch this. All right, so just like that, that didn't take me any time at all to change this into a whole different setup, just a matter of a minute. And now I got the pole in the middle, I got this down here. You know, so you can see the versatility of these PSTs. So this is Perry Peacock with Wilderness Innovation, showing you a few more things with our PST. Today I showed you a few canopy setups using our PST, the actual 7x7 PST. But this gives you a little idea what you can do. We have 2 other sizes. We have the PST-M, stands for the medium size, 8.5 by 8.5, and we have the PST-L, which is 10 by 10 and 14 feet on the diagonal. So all these setups can be done with any of them. They're all laid out the same. The larger tarps have more tie outs, more center tabs, all that sort of thing, but other than that, it's all the same setup, just scaled differently. So hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting on the videos. We like all that. Let other people know. Now let us know what you think. Take care, have a great day. See you on the next go round.